Okay, so here we are. We have a set of dumbbells. We have a chair, have a mat set up. I'll give you a moment to get that set up if you don't have it set up quite like me. And we're just going to start with some squats. So option, you can do all of these exercises with zero weight. Okay, so you don't have to hold dumbbells in your hands. If you want to make it a little bit challenging, you can grab dumbbells. I'm holding a set of 8-pound dumbbells. You can have 5s, 10s, 15s. If you have multiple ones, you can switch them up throughout your workout. Take a deep breath in for me, and then exhale, we squat down. And inhale, we stand. So in our squats, we want to make sure you're feeling the body hinge at 3 points, right? Your ankles, your knees, and your hips. We inhale, exhale. I'll turn this way so you can see me squat. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they squat is that the knee alignment isn't right. So as you squat down, the knees kind of knock in. All right, so be aware here, be conscious of your knees and physically squeeze your glute muscles to keep those knees lined up with the second toe. One of the reasons why that happens, well, there's two. Sometimes it's because you got some tightness in your body or some weakness in your body. So another little tip here is only move in the range that you can maintain that alignment. You also want to make sure in your squats that you're not hinging forward, right? That chest is up. It's like you're sitting your butt back into a chair. Let's go 8 more. Inhale, exhale. There's 8. Shoulder blades back. Eye gaze stays pretty steady. 7 and 6. We go 5. Squeeze to stand. Collarbones wide. And 4 and 3. This will be about 10 minutes of straight legs. We go 2 and 1. Let's slow that squat down. We're going to come down on a count of 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. If you're pregnant, you can take your legs a little wider apart. That's going to give you some room in your pelvis and in your belly so you can get down a little bit lower. 3, 2, 1, up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. Last 3. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. Last 1. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and stand. Take your dumbbells, turn your dumbbells in front of you. We're going to take our left leg, step it out to the left, come into a side lunge, and then squeeze your legs together. We come out and in. We go out and in. So you want to keep both of your toes pointing straight forward, right? That leg that is staying on the ground, it stays straight. And you're really sticking your butt back behind you. So I'll turn around so you can see me. So you can see how I'm really getting those hips to sink back. Let's go 8 more. We'll make that 20. And like I said in the last video, I'm a terrible counter. 7, because I talk too much. And 6. Good work. We go 5 and 4. Last 3 here, squeezing those glutes. We have 2 more. And then 1 more time. And then I want you to take your weights, place your weights down. Take your feet out nice and wide. Okay, so stand in a really wide lunge. Bend that left leg. Sink yourself down as deep as you can, and then stay low. And then come over to the other side. We stay low, and we stay low. Good. So imagine there's like a pane of glass on the top of your head. And we don't want to allow our bodies to pop up. Now, actually, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can actually come and you can sink right down into that lunge. And we can sink right down. All right, let's go for 8. Maybe you stay low. And 7. Really great way to strengthen the glutes and lengthen those inner thighs. 6, 5. It's like we're stealth like. 4 and 3. Good work. 2. 1 more time. Let's bring it all the way up. Grab your dumbbells. We're going to go right into our side lunges the other direction. So we'll take our right leg. We go side, step together, to the side, and together. So feel that right glute when you step back, really open and lengthen, and then push into the floor. Like push the floor away from you as you step back up and squeeze your legs together. Right? Be present in this movement. Feel all those muscles working. So squeeze those legs. All right, we'll go 10 more. 10, and 9. We squeeze, we pull those legs together. 8 and 7. This is also a really great set to do, like after a run maybe. You can throw on 10 minutes of this when you get home and work your legs a little bit more. We go 3, 2 more. Good work, one more time. All right, put your weights down. One more set. We get down, those legs are wide. We bend and we go side to side. Push. Maybe you get low. Maybe you take that foot and you lift it up. Right? You pull those toes up towards the ceiling. Right? Maybe, or maybe you're looking away and you can just do a little side to side. Okay, you choose. Wherever you are, we're going to go 8 more. 8 more in my count. 8 and 7. So if you're doing the little ones, you're going to get a little bit more work in there. 6 and 5 and 4. Last 3. 2 more. 1 more. And then come all the way up. Grab your dumbbells. We're going to go into a stable single leg deadlift. Just because most of us don't have heavy enough weights at home to challenge both of our hamstrings at once. So we're going to just do one at a time. That also helps to work on if you have any muscular imbalances, if one hamstring is tighter than the other, you got some issues in your spine. I like to take both of my weights and hold both of my weights in one hand. So set up. Left leg is forward. Right foot lines directly up with the back of your left heel. I like to keep my heel lifted a little bit. I'm going to get a little closer now so you can see my legs. All right, so my left leg is straight. Let me turn around for you. My left leg is straight, and I'm going to hinge back. I send my bum back. So I had a client the other day. I actually had her grab onto her ass and pull it up to get that sense of the sitting bone lifting up. And then you squeeze, you stand. So you lengthen, it's stretching, and then you squeeze and stand. All right, as you come up, feel like you're dragging your foot back. That's going to get that hamstring to work even more. Like it's a nice, like you're pulling your foot back. And if you guys did that core warm-up to start, this action, this hinging action, we did in our warm-up, right? Like cued you on really pulling your thigh bone back into your pelvis. Another thing to watch is your shoulders and your hips. They stay square. Notice how that side holding the weight wants to kind of twist a little bit. So keep the squareness. All right, we'll go 8 more. So we'll come down, squeeze to lift. There's 1. Imagine that hand on the back of your glutes, pulling it up, and then pressing it forward. 7. Sometimes it's even nice to put your hand here. You can feel that movement. Maybe your hand's on your back to make sure your back is flat. Maybe your hand is in your hip crease and you're working that karate chop. Let's go 5 and 4. We're going to move to our chair next, okay? 3. Last 2. 1 more time. And then we stand up. Take your weights in either hand. The leg that was forward will stay forward. The leg that was back is going to come up onto your chair. So we're going to bend that front knee. We're going to drop down. It's like you're pulling your back sit bone to your heel, and then you press into the floor and you lift. So it's down, and then push the ground away from you. All right, so really feel that push into the floor. And then try one when you don't push into the floor and you just stand up. And notice the difference between the two. Notice how much more the back of your leg works when we have that chair there, all right? So lower down, body is square, squeeze to lift. We go 10 more, down and up. Ooh, now I gotta admit to you, I went for a pretty tough mountain bike ride this morning, so I'm feeling this in my legs right now. Ooh, we go 6, get deep, press down. We have 5, get low, head up. Good work, everyone. We go 4. Stand tall, come down 3. Squeeze to lift. We go 2. Up tall, 1 more time. Good work. Stand all the way up. Woo. Switch your weights. Put them into your other hand. All right, our right leg is forward this time. So I'll show you that alignment again. Right foot forward, left foot back, toe and heel are in the same line. So you're not stepping really far back with that leg. And then we hinge at the hip. So I'll move close so you can see me again. So remember, imagine your hand, or maybe put your hand onto your glutes. And as you tip forward, pull that glute up, squeeze, come tall. So it's down slow, shoulders are square, you squeeze your bum, you stand. Come down, back is flat, and it's like you're dragging your foot along the floor as you stand up. We come down slow, and we lift up. So shoulders are square, hips are square. Right? If we had like a diagonal or a straight line, a vertical line, I guess it is, down the center of our body, right? We're not going to be shifting or moving on that line. If you have too much weight in your back foot, you're going to work your back leg more. So you got to be really aware of that glute muscle and pushing it, right? You activate the glute and then you squeeze the hamstring to stand up. I had no idea how many we've done. Let's do 8 more. It's always a safe number to count backwards from. 8. Shoulders square, 7. So not only are we working our back here, but we're getting into those shoulder blades, right into our posture muscles. We got 5 more. Come down slow, up a little faster, slow down, up quick. It's like you're pulling your hips back. 3. The last 2 here. Squeeze to stand one more time. We're going to superset that leg. We're going to turn around. The leg that was forward, or you don't have to turn around, just I had to because my chair was in front of me. The leg that was forward stays forward. The leg that was back comes up onto that chair. We come down into our lunge and we stand up. All right, so this is a great opportunity to take a look at your leg alignment right now. So look down at your front leg. And what you want to look for is that your knee, number 1, isn't extending over your toe. Number 2, your knee sort of aligned with that second toe, the one beside your big toe, and watch the arch of your foot. For those of you that have weaker arches, that arch is going to want to collapse down, and that's another culprit in the alignment issues in your legs. So as you do that lunge, think about almost scrubbing your big toe back towards your heel. Keep your arch lifted, right? A lot of us are in shoes all the time, and so our feet get really weak. All right, let's do 8 more. Again, that magic number of 8. Here we go, squeeze. Come down. I feel like sometimes like I'm a chef. I'm a terrible cook, but when I work out, it's like, just sort of pinch of this, a pinch of that. We'll just do 8 more. It works out just fine. 5. Basically, what you want to do is get to that place of like, I can't do 1 more, and then do 5 more. We can always do more than we think we can. 4. We go 3. We come down. We press into the floor. 2. Down. Squeeze. And up. 1. All right. Let's get rid of our weights. I know I promised this is only going to be 10 minutes, but sometimes I get carried away. So last little bit here. Have your chair. Place your feet up onto your chair. Hands by your side. Now, I stressed this in the last video when you're doing a back bridge. Really important that you do not turn your head. So if you need to look at me, please come out of your back bridge to turn your head. All right, it's super dangerous if you turn your head with your hips in the sky. Collarbones wide. Press into your hands. Press your hips into the chair or your feet, and then lift up into a glute bridge, and then come back down. Now, you guys keep going. Those women in that room who that doesn't, or men, who that doesn't feel good, I'm going to have you do some bridges this way. So you come onto your hands and your knees. Okay, so that's where you're going to be. And I want you to do 20 of those on one side, 20 on the other. It works the same muscle group. It's just unloaded, right? So it's not quite as challenging. But this doesn't work for everybody. Now, make sure in your glute bridge, your back bridge, that you don't come any higher than your shoulder blades, right? We never want to come up where we feel tension in the neck. So it's not about how high we come up here, right? What really matters is we're working the glutes and hamstrings. So we squeeze our bum, we squeeze the hamstrings, and we lift. All of this stuff here, it's just dependent on your spinal mobility, like how flexible you are up there. I don't have the best spinal mobility. Funny enough, being a Pilates instructor, I'm quite tight from all my sports. So my body doesn't move well up there. So I don't go higher, but if you can, go for it. All right? Again, magic number, squeeze your bum. We go 8. Now, when I used to train Lainey back in the day when she lived in Vancouver, her hamstrings on this exercise used to go crazy, and she used to laugh and tell me that she had hamsters in her hamstrings. or mice or something, because it just felt like her hamstrings were just gripping and squeezing so much. So if you get that sensation, it's usually a sign that something isn't working. Either your glutes aren't working enough, your core, or maybe your hamstrings are a little bit weak. We'll do 2 more. Last one. All right. So now what I want you to do is just quickly give your legs a little bit of a squeeze, pull them in, just release them for a quick sec, and then bring your feet back onto the chair. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I have a super weak hamstring, so this exercise for me is very challenging. But I want you to take your left leg and lift your left leg up. And I'm sorry if you can't see me. I find my black pants really blend in here to the background. I did order some new ones, but they haven't arrived yet. So next week I'll have some brighter pants on. Hands by your side. So you have one foot on the chair. You're going to squeeze that glute. You're going to lift your hips up, single leg bridge. And if you're like, no, wait, can't do that. Hamsters in my hamstrings are screaming. Then you put both feet back onto the ground. And it's not cheating to use your arms. So press into your hands, press into your arms, get those triceps working a little bit. We're just going to do 10. So let's do 5 more. So squeeze and lift. And this is me cheating because this really hurts my hamstrings. We go 3, squeeze and lower. Last 2, squeeze and lower. 1 more time. And then we switch legs. So we take that left foot down, the right leg lifts. And this one is my weak hamstring, so I'm going to be even worse on this side. 10, squeeze 9. Whenever I talk about my injuries with clients or I demo something and I say, oh, I can't do that because I have an injury. They're like, you can't have an injury. You're a trainer. I'm like, oh, we're the worst. We're always injured. 5 more, squeeze. And it's because I do this like 8 times a day. 3 more times. That's not healthy. Last 2. Squeeze, lift. 1 more time. Squeeze and lift. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Rock a little side to side. There we go. So, legs are done. I'm going to take you through a quick little stretch here. Feel free to just jump into the upper body set if you want to get right into upper body. But if you want a quick little stretch, let's get you up. And then let's just come into like a little supine twist. So take your left leg, lift it up and over your right. Take your right hand onto the outside of that left leg and just come into a little bit of a twist here, a little bit of a spin. And then we can switch and just do the other side. We'll just do a quick little hamstring stretch. So take that right leg, just hug it in. If you've got really tight glutes, you want to bring your foot a little bit farther out. Ideally, you don't want your knee to have any pain in it. So if you feel like you're really kind of cramping your knee when the foot's quite close in, just put it out, or you can just bring it out to the sides. Totally okay. We just want to come forward and just sort of reach for that toe here. So your foot can be down. Ideally, in this exercise, when you do a hamstring stretch, you want to try to sit tall to start. And then you try to find as much of a hinge as you can forward first before you find the rounding in your back. Again, super tight hamstrings. I don't get very far here. I'm actually pretty impressed with my hamstring mobility lately because of all the Pilates I've been teaching. They've gotten quite long, but sadly when I go and I do Pilates with other people, I realize how tight they really are. But to me, they feel pretty good these days. Switch up other side. So again, remember, sit up nice and tall. Maybe come into a little bit of a hinge first. And then those hands, they can rest on your leg. They can rest on the floor. You can grab onto your foot if you have a strap or like a towel or something. You could hook the towel around your foot and use that to sit up a little bit taller. And then we'll just roll over. Just come into a quick quadricep stretch. So just taking one leg and giving a bit of a squeeze. And then we'll switch it around. Come to the other side. Giving that quad a little bit of a stretch. All right. So we'll leave the legs there. I'm going to get set up for upper body. So grab your mat if it's not already out. Grab some dumbbells, and when we back, get some upper body work done, and then you guys are all good to go on with the rest of your day. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Bye.